Hey everyone, how you guys doing? It's Graham here on the Blue Diamond Rainers channel. Today I'm just going to cover some lineal top line work where we can do a lineal exercise where the horse works over the top of its top line to get its back engaged. And we want the back to come up and the neck to go down, so we can start building a stronger platform up top, and at the same time this will create a stronger underline, so we'll put more muscles in his belly as well, so it'll help hold his back up. Since my last upload with him, we have been working on some of the stuff, a lot of lateral work as well, including the neck rein. So as you will be able to see, he's come along, and we're still in the side pull because he seems to really be responding well to the action of this side pull before I go and put him into a snaffle bit. So basically all I'm going to do is keep him in this side pull until I have really got a very, very soft, responsive animal before I put some some metal, or a bit in his mouth. Okay, so the first thing I had to teach him, which I might have covered in one of the uploads earlier on, was the cue for him to lift his back and lower his neck. Part of the deal with this is to get the horses to go long and low with the neck. Okay, if the nose is out in front a little bit, this is okay, because basically what we're looking for is a stretch. What I am typically doing here is very English based. It is not typically Western at all, and my background is very diversified to the extreme of both English and Western. So in my blended performance with my style of riding and educating animals, is I have quite a bit of both in what I do. Okay, but I'm a firm believer that you've got to get the top line and underline extremely well developed in order to get enhanced performance of whatever it is you're looking for. Okay, so to get them long and low and to raise their back at the same time, you are going to have to use your legs. All right, a lot of guys don't use their legs or have a tendency not to, and they will use a lot of hands. And of course, you've seen shanks in the horse's mouth, which I believe is one of the problems that we get ourselves into when we trap ourselves just using our hands, especially with the curb bit, where we get them broken on this third vertebrae here. So the pole isn't at the top of the head stall, it comes back here to this third vertebrae. So you wind up with like a 20-degree, lifted or raised neck, and then the pole which is back here on the third. So that becomes the highest point of the neck, which is absolutely incorrect. The pole should always be, and the pole being, we'll just say between the ears here, okay, that should always be the highest point on a horse's neck, okay, on the rise of the neck. All right, not here. So what I prefer to do is apply legs, and I'm not just making this up. This is how I was taught by some guys that are a lot older than me and very, very refined, polished riders that are even Olympic guys, let alone world grand champions. So what I do is I will apply my legs, and he should lower his neck. Now we're still working on that. So there you go. Now you might say, oh, well, when I do that with my horse, the horse walks off. And yes, he did the same. So when he goes to take that step forward, you release your legs and pull him back and get him to stand again. Okay, so always reset the horse to show him what you want. So that way, when you apply the legs and he takes a step forward, you put a wall in front of him with your hands and say, no, that's not what I want, buddy. So, but you release, put the wall, and then get him to take that step back, okay? So whether he will do this or not, so he's pretty comfortable now with me just touching him, and I just have a light leg on him. I try just to use my calf muscles, and when that doesn't quite influence his way of thinking enough, I will use the inside of my heel right back to the inside of the shank on the spur, okay? So there I go, and I'll squeeze and get him to drop if I can again here, if he will do it. There we go. And then you can see when I use my leg, I kind of lift my heel a little bit. So that is also an indication to them that they have to lift their back. All right, so it's not a head down cue, it's a back up, long and low cue. All right, so it's all on how you want to perceive things. But we need their back up and then long and low, so when they're moving forward, they have a bridge to kind of trot over, okay? Or walk over, whatever the deal is. All right, so what did I miss on that? Oh, yes, and the other thing, okay, so he walks, you finally got him to stop, but he still doesn't lift his head up. So what I do there is, and this is in the side pull, you can do it in a halter, whatever it is you want. You can even do it from the ground to start them, is what I do then is I just pick them up. I always work with a draped rein, which means a loose rein, and I apply with my legs, and then to get them to come in, all I do is just massage, in this case the nose, and then as he goes down I release, I stop the massage. Okay, so I want him to go down again. I apply my legs first and then massage the nose, and then I release as he's going down. You have to, with that release, you can stop the sliding of the nose band. Okay, the same if you had a snaffle bit. With a snaffle bit, you have to come out a little bit more like this and slide it, but that's the key, is to slide the bit through them. All right, and also take your hands down, because as the neck goes down, you need a longer rein. All right, so that's one of the reasons why I run on a draped rein. So I just hold the rein up and just pick it up like this. I add with my legs again, and then I will, you don't want to pull so hard, by the way, that he's going to take a step back. So, and I will just rock it or slide it, massage it, whatever the term is you want, and let the head go down. And like I said, make those reins longer. This is key. The rhythm, the timing in that when you're doing it is also very important, that you are not still pulling, you know, to stop the head from going down when you're sliding, okay? So you kind of have to release as they seize it. There you go. So you can kind of, whatever side you're pulling on, you just let that stop the slide and let your hand go down with it, or in this case, both your hands. Okay, so it takes a little bit to make it work, but let that head go down. Okay, in the beginning, you want them to go long and low. They will not lift their back initially. That will not happen, but you get them long and low. And then after a little bit when you're riding them, they start to lift their back. Okay? All right, so we're going to get him long and low again. All right, and then I'm going to ask him to walk forward by scooping, like I tell you. And then we're going to reset him here a little bit. Reset, reset, reset while he's walking. There we go. All the principles apply to how I get the neck to go long and low while he's walking forward. And when he walks forward, he has to walk forward in a controlled manner. So you have to have some system of rating the leg movement, okay? All right, so, and what I do is exactly what's happening right now, where you were walking quietly. It took him quite a bit to get to go quiet. You know, all he wanted to do was run away, nervous about the leg, nervous about the long and low, you know, all this sort of stuff. Everything was new. And you need to just take your time with it and just be, you know, quiet about things. So anyway, so part of the blended performance, enhanced performance I do while I'm doing this is I make these small little figure 8 turns. That way I get some neck rein on him, I get along with some direct rein, I come the other side, I get him long and low, I get him lifting his back, I get him coming to my inside leg because that's what they're supposed to be doing, and going to the outside rein. So it all, in these figure eights, you can get a lot happening, a lot of blended communication happening all at the same time. Okay? So from here, I'm going to just jog him off just to show you guys what the deal is. Do not pull his head up. Just let him stay long and low. Correct him. And then I always said I smooch for the jog. And we've been working quite a bit at this. It's still a work in progress because I want him long and low in the jog when we depart in the transition. But I am looking for a smooth transition. So I just keep smooching till I get it. Good boy. A lot of times I will post just to get off their back. And then when his head comes up, I sit on him, get him to go long and low again. Neck rein, direct rein. I'll sit again. You don't have to sit, but sometimes I do that just to make it a little make it some differential thinking in his brain. So I'll just let him relax there for a second, come around, say, okay, good boy, good job. Okay, so that is basically the first round of big time exercise, or not exercise, of education that the horse gets while being exercised. Okay, this was a skinny little guy. He needed a lot of development. His back is slowly coming along nicely. He's putting some weight on, muscle weight in particular. I weigh them every week, so I keep notes so you can kind of see the development. All right, so I just wanted to get you guys into a little bit of behind the scenes information. Whether it's Western and English, it doesn't really matter. This is about horse development and enhancing performance of whatever that performance is. It does not matter, okay? But a strong top line and a strong underline are critical. Okie dokie? All right, thank you very much. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to this and like it and share it out, and leave a comment as well, please. Okie dokie, have a nice day. Thank you.